Hey everybody, what's going on? I needed to get back to doing my videos. Today I am going to be talking about scripture that was in my Bible readings today, and it is Matthew 10:16 through 39. Again, that is Matthew 10:16 through 39. I want to share this because it's important for us Christians in these times, especially. So I'm going to start reading it, starting at Matthew 10:16. It says, "Look, I am sending you out as sheep among wolves. So be as shrewd as snakes and harmless as doves. But beware, for you will be handed over to the courts and will be flogged with whips in the synagogues. You will stand trial before governors and kings because you are my followers. But this will be your opportunity to tell the rulers and other unbelievers about me. When you are arrested, don't worry about how to respond or what to say. God will give you the right words at the right time, for it is not you who will be speaking, it will be the Spirit of your Father speaking through you." And this stood out to me because this stuff is happening in other countries, and it's starting to slowly happen in the US, and it's going to be more prominent. I think that's the right word I'm looking for, as times go on. That, it spoke to me that we're not quite here yet in the USA, but we're going to be. We're going to be persecuted more and more. Things are going to be escalating, and we are going to witness this is going to be reality pretty soon. So to continue, Matthew 10:21, "A brother will betray his brother to death." I mean, think about that. That's, if you think about your own sibling or whatever actually killing you, it says in the Bible this is going to happen. But anyway, "A brother will betray his brother to death. A father will betray his own child, and children will rebel against their parents and cause them to be killed. And all nations will hate you because you are my followers. But everyone who endures to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one town, flee to the next. I tell you the truth, the Son of Man will return before you have reached all the towns of Israel." So, I have said this before, that it's going to get crazier. And that's why I think that it says those that endure to the end will be saved, because I think many are not going to be able to take it. They're going to just give up in their faith and or they're going to go insane, and, I don't know. But, and also, this is truth too that shows us that, yes, Jesus is coming back soon, but there's still things that need to take place, because it says that we haven't had this enough persecution. It's getting worse, yes, but I think that it needs to be more evident, not just in other countries, but more in the USA as well, because it says that, we're going to flee and stuff. I think that it needs to be more prominent, and before he comes back, I think in that time, as that's being more prominent and we're fleeing and trying to get to safety more, that it says that's when he will come back. So, continuing in Matthew 10:24, "Students are not greater than their teacher, and slaves are not greater than their master. Students are to be like their teacher, and slaves are to be like their master. And since I, the master of the household, have been called the prince of demons, the members of my household will be called by even worse names." This is saying that Jesus was even called names. He's saying we're going to be called worse. We're going to be dealt things, but we are to hold to the faith. We need to be strong. Matthew 10:26. But don't be afraid of those who threaten you, for the time is coming when everything that is covered will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. What I tell you now in the darkness, shout abroad when daybreak comes. What I whisper in your ear, shout from the housetops for all to hear. It's saying no matter what, don't stop. No matter the persecution, keep speaking Jesus. Keep telling people about God. Don't stop just because you're down and being kicked, whatever. And this is kind of what at Revival last night, what he was talking about, to just keep preaching, keep ministering, keep doing what you're told. I mean, yeah, there's times when God is going to shut your mouth. You need to have that discernment when to speak and when not, and etc. But if God is telling you to keep going, even if you're down and kicked or whatever is happening, you keep going. Matthew 10:28. Don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They cannot touch your soul. Fear only God, who can destroy both soul and body in hell. What is the price of 2 sparrows, 1 copper coin? But not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it, and the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows. So we are not to be afraid of those that can kill our flesh, because God can destroy our soul if we do not follow him. That we need to fear God. Matthew 10:32. Everyone who acknowledges me publicly here on earth, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But everyone who denies me here on earth, I will also deny before my Father in heaven. Don't imagine that I came to bring peace on the earth. I came not to bring peace, but a sword. I have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Your enemies will be right in your own household. And I think we can all agree that this is happening more and more. I can testify to that. Matthew 10:37. If you love your father or mother more than you love me, you are not worthy of being mine. Or if you love your son or daughter more than me, you are not worthy of being mine. If you refuse to take up your cross and follow me, you are not worthy of being mine. If you cling to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for me, you will find it. So this is saying you should not put anything before God. Like, say, because it's hard if you really love someone, like a family member or something, and they don't want you serving God, and they're like, oh, if you're gonna love God and stuff, I don't want nothing to do with you. And so you decide to give up your faith or compromise or something because you don't want to give up that. It's saying you need to put God first, because God's more important. So if you can't do that, then you're not worthy of being his. If you have to do stuff like that, if you are being, people are going to hate you, even your own family, and just take it all joy, because it means you're doing something right, if you ask me. So I just wanted to share that and kind of go over that a little bit. I hope it blesses you guys. If you have prayer, let me know. Keep us in prayer for our finances, because I knew this was probably going to happen. Mike was like, no, it won't, but it is. This whole EBT thing is affecting Mike's work, so he's not getting much orders, and it's been really slow. And we had extra finances this month, so just keep us in prayer for my health. I think that's it. I love you guys. God bless.